Today, we are going to be extra. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Life from Mars. This is Marissa, but you can call me Mars. So this is kind of an impromptu video. I honestly was not planning on filming right now, but I had plans and they got canceled. So I've been thinking about this topic a lot and I've been wanting to make this video, but I just haven't been able to get a chance. So now just seemed like a good a time as ever. So let's just get right into it. I'm sure you've read the title and know kind of what I'm about to talk about. But I just want to basically start off by saying what kind of even triggered me to start thinking about this and why I even felt compelled to make this video in the first place. So maybe about 2 weeks ago, I was on my phone and I was using Snapchat, and there was this one drama channel. I won't mention what drama channel or anything like that because that's really not the point. But basically, they were having this conversation, these people that host the show, and they were talking about one particular YouTuber who wore an outfit to an event that they thought was, quote, too extra. And they were basically ripping this YouTuber apart, which again, I'm not going to say who it was because that really makes no difference. But essentially, this person was wearing an outfit that really was not even that outrageous by even conventional means. And they also looked really good. And so I was kind of confused as to why they were even criticizing this person's outfit in the first place. But basically, these people were just saying like, oh my god, these YouTubers need to stop acting like they're pop stars. They need to stop pretending like there's these people and dressing like this. This is just so annoying. And just laughing about the fact that this YouTuber just decided to be creative and, you know, express themselves in maybe a way that deviates from the norm. And so it honestly really upset me. It just honestly bothered me to think that these people were kind of trying to say like, you're not a pop star, so you cannot express yourself in this way. It's like even this person that also has, you know, a lot of wealth, has a lot of influence, even this person who somehow made it to this red carpet, you know, that person is still not deemed good enough to be able to artistically express themselves in that way. You know, it's fine if Lady Gaga wears these outrageous outfits because, well, she's a pop star. It's fine if Katy Perry shows up on the red carpet, you know, wearing an outfit that's made of candy or something, but it's not okay if it's anybody else. And much less if you're a normal person who isn't actually even in those circumstances, which is obviously the vast majority of people. And so I really didn't like the message that gave. And especially for me, you know, I'm somebody who really does love expressing myself in creative ways. I like to dye my hair all these crazy colors. I like to get piercings. I like to do unique makeup looks. You know, I like unique clothing. I don't know. I really try to express my soul when I'm presenting myself physically. And so I get called extra, quote unquote, all the time. Just the other day, I had this whole crazy makeup look and all of these people were like, where are you going? You know, you must have some sort of reason to express yourself so creatively. And I just kept telling people, you know, I'm not doing anything. This is just my look for the day, you know? I don't think that you have to have an excuse or be somebody in particular to express yourself in an extremely creative way. And so basically the whole moral of this rant that I want to talk to you guys about today is that I think that it's so important to be extra and that no one should be shamed for being extra and that no one should be afraid to be extra. Because honestly, I kind of feel like just even the logic of you have to be a pop star to be extra is completely wrong, because you're probably a pop star because you were confident enough to be extra. These people, they always talk about the X factor, right? Like this radiance, this confidence that all of these people that are in these positions of power, these positions of success, what they have, they always talk about that X factor. And I feel like the real X factor is just not being afraid to be unapologetically yourself. And if you are a creative person, which every single person is, if you just tap into that, if you are a creative person, then you should be able to express yourself however you possibly dream. And if that deviates outside of what is considered normal, well, then you should feel fully empowered to do that. And then I don't think that there should be anybody that should be able to criticize you and tell you that it's not okay for you to express yourself in that way, that it's not okay for you to look like that. I just think that that's totally not okay, especially considering that a lot of these platforms that say these kinds of things have a lot of young followers and they have a very young audience. And it's really not even easy to veer away from the conventional expectations of you in the first place. People who are creative, maybe people who have just different artistic visions of the world, who identify with different visions. And to me, I just sort of think that if you are being critical of somebody who's confident enough to express themselves in that way, I feel like that's definitely a major form of sort of deviating the energy that you have about yourself and thinking that you could never pull something like that off, that you could never envision yourself wearing that, and therefore you have to criticize somebody else who chooses to dress that way or chooses to express themselves in that creative way. I think our society has such a narrow view of beauty. And I used to live in New York, and when I was there, I was always around so many different people. And even the normal, I guess, fashion in New York is probably what most cities in at least the United States would consider quote extra. But regardless, I remember that I would go into the places where I was working or, just see people on the street. And I remember that I would often make comments that it felt like everyone was walking out of the same catalog. Like everyone was trying to achieve this sort of same look and wearing these sort of same styles. And it didn't really feel like anyone was actually expressing themselves, but that it was just a bunch of robots, that were just trying to fit in and trying to fit the trends. And that is not what art is about. That is not the point of fashion. That is not the point of makeup. It's to be creative and to trailblaze and to start new trends and to dare to express yourself beyond what is considered conventionally attractive, beyond, other people who are idolized and glamorized. At the end of the day, you are yourself. And that is such a gift, and that is such a beautiful opportunity. When you are born into your body, you have this incredible opportunity to be any person that you could possibly want. You are creating your own reality, and you are also creating the art of your body that you present to the outside world. Now, I'm not saying that it is bad to choose to be conventional. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I understand that maybe I personally am maybe a personality that likes to push the boundaries a little bit more. I really do feel so much more myself when I'm just being extra, when I'm expressing myself the way that I really want to come across to the world and how I feel like I really am. There's some times when I go into the store and I get all of these weird looks from people. It'll be days when I'm not even wearing anything that's really crazy, but just because I have, let's just say, colored hair, that alone, even if I have no makeup on, is enough for people to start staring at me and looking at me. And, I sometimes get disapproving looks from people. And it's just really sad that our culture is just not acceptant of diversity in all forms, and I feel like obviously you have to also address that, our norms, they're set on just European, Western norms, which, obviously that has a time and place, and maybe that is how you want to creatively express yourself, but you should never ever feel bounded to that. You should never feel like you can never step out of that archetype, because you can be whoever you want to be. And I understand that some communities are more judgmental or suppressive than others, and that it might actually even be a problematic thing for some people, but I am here to tell you that you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are perfect, and you are a star. Okay? I'm serious. You can creatively express yourself in any way that you choose, and you can be as extra as you want, because guess what? Extra people are successful, and extra people are the ones that are doing things that most people are not because they're too afraid to be extra. To be extra is to stand out in the crowd. To be extra is to not be afraid to be unapologetically yourself. To be extra is to bring creative visions to life. And I think that that is something that should be celebrated. I look forward to a day where everyone can dress up like pop stars for no reason. You know, sometimes I feel more inclined to be extra just because I kind of want to prove that point. Why can we not all wake up every single day and just decide to look like pop stars because we're quote normal people? Like, no, we're all human beings and we all have artistic minds. And yeah, maybe my outfit will not cost $25,000, but that does not mean that I cannot be creative. That does not mean that I can still bring that energy and that presence and that creativity to my everyday life or to special events or anything else. So I know I'm kind of ranting now, guys, but I just really wanted to say this because I feel like that there's probably definitely people out there that need to hear this, that it is okay to be extra and that you should be extra. And please do not let anybody ever tell you what you should look like, how you should dress, or that you should be more normal, because being normal is honestly boring and being unique is cool. Being yourself is cool. And I promise, if you just listen to your soul, if you just listen to your purpose and to your mind and to your visions and to your imagination, and you just completely commit to that, no matter what anybody says, you are going to have a beautiful and fulfilling life. So for anybody that needs to hear it, maybe sometimes you can challenge yourself to push yourself outside of your boundaries, to try something that you've maybe never tried before. Never ever tell yourself, oh, I can't pull that off. Only that person can, because it's not true. You can pull off anything you want as long as you are confident. You may not actually be confident because, yeah, everything tells you not to be confident and all of society tells you that there's something wrong with you or that you need to be better. But guess what? You can fake it till you make it. And as long as you walk into that room and you have your head held high, nobody is going to judge you. Nobody's going to think you're crazy. But you know what they are going to do? They are going to be inspired by you. Honestly, there are so many times I cannot tell you when I have my makeup looking all crazy. Yeah, I might have 50% of people looking at me like I'm crazy. I might have some old people judging me, and I might get some maybe negative attention because of it. But at the end of the day, I also get so many compliments, and I get people telling me that, you know what, maybe I'm gonna try something a little more interested in my makeup, or I've been so afraid to dye my hair, but I really wanna do it. And they just need to see me, maybe talk to me for a second, to be inspired, to really do it, and to just take the risk. Because the thing is, all of this, all that you see, all of this extraness is just temporary. It is just adornments. It's not who I am, and it does not change my life. I can always dye back my hair. I can always take out my piercings, and I can always take off my makeup. It is not who you are, but it can be a beautiful way to express yourself. And that is just so important to remember. So no matter who you are, no matter how you present yourself, you are amazing. Everything is all about confidence. Do not forget that. And like I said, fake it till you make it. Make a habit to not say bad things about yourself. And at the end of the day, all that matters is how you feel. And so if you feel comfortable in however you are expressing yourself, well, then that is amazing. Do not ever be afraid to be extra, because being extra, it takes you the extra mile. Was that cheesy? I don't know, maybe it was a little, but that is kind of the whole point of this, right? I just really felt very passionate about this when I heard that comment, like I said, and I just really wanted to put out maybe a different narrative, because even though it was just one moment, and even though that was really not the intention behind the comment, I think that it's little things like that that really do impact people and maybe do suppress, especially young people, from really truly expressing themselves because they feel the pressure to fit in. And I think that the key thing to remember is that there is always somebody who will accept you. And just because maybe some people don't like it, some people will. And once you have the courage to truly express yourself the way you want, you will naturally gravitate towards those people. So yeah, I really hope that this helped somebody today. Like I said, this video was kind of impulsive, but I really hope that somebody feels a little bit more inspired, a little bit more empowered, because that really is my intention behind this channel. And so I thought I'd take a break from making all of these crazy videos and just put, I guess, a positive message out there. So I look forward to hearing about all of the crazy extra things that you guys decide to do after watching this video. And by the way, I don't mean extra as in being like foolish or, you know, like destructive or anything like that. My main point is just to be creative in how you present yourself and to not be afraid to be who you are, even if it doesn't fit the norms, because it really does not matter what anyone thinks, and being creative is fun. So why not use the beautiful body that you have been given by the universe to express that creativity? So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys watching. Please make sure that you do give this video a big like if you did enjoy it. And of course, please subscribe. I appreciate every subscription so much. This really is my dream, to be here on YouTube and to be putting awesome content out there for the world. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day.